Hello, good morning and welcome. Thank you so much for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. I am Nanatufu Boateng. I am super excited to be here and I'm grateful to you for joining us for this show. We're running from now up until 11 a.m. I'll start till about 9 a.m. and then Philip and Chris Carter will take over from me and steer the affairs till 11 a.m. Once again, you're welcome. It's a good day to be grateful to the Lord, and it's equally a good day to go out there and make a difference. Every single day is another opportunity to shine brighter than the previous day. So go out there, take the bull by the horns, and make a difference. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. Let's remind you that we are still in the month of June, and so the City Business Festival has set sail. We've been bringing you an on-air series from the 1st of June. That was on Monday, where we looked at business registrations and all that. We brought you the part 1 and the part 2 yesterday. So business registration and, of course, compliance. We did all that in the first 2 days of June. So June 1 and June 2, we saw the Office of the Registrar giving us some nuggets regarding how to, register businesses in Ghana, how to register businesses if you're resident in Ghana or non-resident in Ghana. Today, we're looking at the state of business in Ghana, opportunities and realities in 2026. And Michael Cotto, the managing partner for Confidence, if you like, is our resource person for today. And he will be taking you through the state of business in Ghana, opportunities and realities in 2026. This is part of our on-air series for the City Business Festival, which is brought to you by 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV in partnership with APSA. We're equally sponsored by APSA, MTN, Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust. I want to say thank you to APSA, thank you to MTN, thank you to Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, and thank you to Petra Trust for sponsoring the City Business Festival 2026. So be on the lookout for our on-air series. It's at 9 a.m. on 97.3 City FM and 11 a.m. right here on Channel One TV. So right after Breakfast Daily, right after the show ends, we'll bring you the on-air series of the City Business Festival. And today, we're looking at the state of business in Ghana, the opportunities and realities in 2026. So please do stay tuned, stay with us right here on Channel One Television. You can also join us on 97.3 City FM for the on-air series of the City Business Festival. Michael Cotto, managing partner at Confidence, is our resource person today. And so much to learn from him. So please do make a date. Don't miss out on it. The City Business Festival, the state of business in Ghana, opportunities and realities in 2026. All right, let's talk about The Blank Sins. The Blank Sins is a family drama series, a very exciting one, if you ask me, very interesting as well. Please do make a date every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. for a new episode of The Blank Sins right here on Channel One Television. This is a Channel One TV original, a Channel One TV production, and we are excited to bring it your way. And we want to say thank you to Nasco Electronics, thank you to Lizzie Shito, thank you to Out Multipurpose Insecticide Spray, thank you to Everpack, and thank you to Lele Rise for, holding us down, having our backs, and supporting us to bring you The Blank Sins. So on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m., you get a fresh episode, a brand new episode. And then we bring you a repeat on Fridays at 11:30 a.m., Saturdays at 7 p.m., Sundays at 4:30 p.m., Tuesdays at 3 p.m., Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. So today being a Wednesday, join us at 5:30 p.m. for a repeat broadcast of The Blank Sins. Okay? So you see the various repeat slots on there. The whole week, you get to enjoy The Blank Sins. It's only on Mondays that are left out. Monday is the only day that is left out in the week for a showing of the Blankstons. However, a fresh episode airs every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Channel One TV. It's a Channel One TV original, a Channel One TV production, and we're excited to bring it your way. So please do make a date. And while at it, help me say thank you to Nasco Electronics, thank you to Lizzie Shitter, thank you to Alt Multipurpose Insecticide Spray, thank you to Everpack, and thank you to Lele Rice. All right, so that's it for the Blankstons. Join us every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. for the Blankstons right here on Channel One Television. Well, we'll move from the Blankstons, which airs on Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. The next day is a Friday. So on Friday at 3 p.m., we bring you World Cup Central. World Cup Central. Now, yesterday, how many of us were privy or were able to watch the Black Stars friendly game against Wales? Oh, such an improvement from the previous performance. And hopefully, if there's consistency in the team, the World Cup should be an interesting one for Ghana. We don't want to be overambitious, but we are hopeful of a good showing at the World Cup. And so join us here on Fridays at 3 p.m. for World Cup Central with your host, Gabby Ofair, as we look into the various teams, the stats behind these teams, and of course, the stories and the journeys of these various teams, the players, their coaches, and what have you. Also on the show will be interesting conversations with relevant sports personalities, some of whom have actually been at the World Cup before. They know all the dressing room stories, all the backroom preparations, the training routines. I've heard Gideon Mensah say that, Charlie, the Queiroz guy, his training is too grueling, and they are not used to it. You think it's business as usual, eh? So join us 3 p.m. right here on Channel One Television every Friday for World Cup Central. And that guy in the corner there, Jude Duncan, yeah, he's the one who will be bringing you the data and, of course, the details of the various teams. So he'll be in the corner there punching and showing you which team first appeared at the World Cup, what their best performance was, how many goals they've scored in the World Cup, who has the record as the most prolific striker in the history of the World Cup, and all that. So we'll bring you all the details right here on World Cup Central. Louisa, the director, is asking for the best player. So tune into World Cup Central, you get to know, who will be the the most prolific player in the World Cup. You get the details right here. Fridays, 3 p.m., World Cup Central with your host, Gabby Ofair. And be on the lookout for the amazing guest that will be joining him for the conversations on the Mundial, the biggest showpiece, the biggest showing, the biggest outing in football. All right. Now, let's go to the Google Play Store where we can download the Channel One News app. And this is we're going to do a quick demonstration. So go to the Google Play Store, type into the search box, Channel One News app. Once you type it in, you see it pops up right there. Then you download and install onto your phone or your tablet or whatever device. Now you open it up and you are welcome to a world of news. Current affairs, politics, sports, entertainment, showbiz, lifestyle, culture, food and travel. All of that right there on the Channel One News app. Okay? So once you download it from the Google Play Store, you are good to go. You shouldn't have any challenges at all. Navigating the interface, it is quite user-friendly and simple to use. Okay, so go and download the Channel One News app from the Google Play Store and you're good to go. All right. While at it, let me bring you the headlines making the front pages of the various dailies this morning. Let me start off with the Daily Graphic newspaper. Exporters flout raw rubber ban. Police and agents expose clandestine operations. Exporters flout raw rubber ban. Police and agents expose clandestine operations. Unemployment and corruption threaten trust in state institutions. Speakers call for new social contract. Unemployment and corruption threaten trust in state institutions. Speakers call for new social contract. SSNIT launches telehealth service for pensioners. SSNIT launches telehealth service for pensioners. World Bank commends Ghana's emission reduction program impact. World Bank commends Ghana's emission reduction program impact. So that's on the front page of the Daily Graphic. On the back page, you have the Black Star story. Black Stars impressed despite a last gasp Welsh escape. Black Stars impressed despite last gasp Welsh escape. And yeah, Caleb Rienchi is the guy who got the goal for the Black Stars. And he's captured here on the back page, of course, with Edes Nuyama celebrating that opening goal for the Black Stars against Wales in Cardiff yesterday. So Black Stars impressed despite last gasp Welsh escape. All right. So that's it for the Daily Graphic. Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times. Front page of the Ghanaian Times has the, the Vice President of the Republic, Her Excellency, Professor Nana J. Opoku-Agyeman, captured here. And she says, turn rice sector into growth engine. Turn rice sector into growth engine. VIP tells regional investors and policy makers. Turn rice sector into growth engine. VIP tells regional investors and policy makers. To the top left-hand corner, Ghana and UK sign landmark £215 million growth partnership agreement. Ghana and UK sign landmark £215 million growth partnership agreement. Cocoa Board proposes 10-year jail term for cocoa smugglers. Cocoa Board proposes 10-year jail term for cocoa smugglers. Pekichame road crash claims 15 lives, 25 injured. Quite a sad story there. Pekichame road crash claims 15 lives, 25 injured. Already we are being told that in the first 4 months of the year, 1,009 lives have been lost to road crashes. Hey. Yet we are still sitting in our ACs, folding our arms and acting as if nothing has happened. These are Ghanaian lives that we're losing. Okay, there's the other one here. Speaker directs Parliament to reconsider anti-LGBTQ plus bill. Speaker directs Parliament to reconsider anti-LGBTQ plus bill. So that's on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Let me quickly jump to the back page. Outdated drainage systems expose cities to flooding. Outdated drainage systems expose cities to flooding. That's according to the Ghana Institution of Engineering, GHIE. And then you have Don't Derail Free Primary Healthcare Program. Dixkov Omanhene warns. Don't Derail Free Primary Healthcare Program. Dixkov Omanhene warns. So that's the Ghanaian Times newspaper for today. Let's go to the Daily Guide. The Daily Guide. What do we have on the Daily Guide? Speaker rejects passed anti-LGBTQ bill. What's right must be done rightly. Speaker rejects passed anti-LGBTQ bill. What's right must be done rightly. Jacobu chiefs reject 24-hour market relocation. Jacobu chiefs reject 24-hour market relocation. And then the sad one of the Pekichame road crash is also captured here. 15 perished, 25 injured in Pekichame road crash. Then, annoyingly, look at their faces. 4 jailed 32 years for kidnapping. 4 jailed 32 years for kidnapping. And then you have King Kaku Aka III backs Mahama's call for reparatory justice. King Kaku Aka III backs Mahama's call for reparatory justice. So that's the Daily Guide newspaper for today. Let me take you to the Chronicle. The Chronicle says 40% of Ghana's youth jobless under Mahama. That's according to Kojo Opon Nkrumah, Member of Parliament for Ofuase Ayirebi. Please renew Goldfields lease. Chiefs and Queen Mothers of Huniso plead with government. Ghana is an interesting country. Please renew Goldfields lease. Chiefs and Queen Mothers of Huniso plead with government. Julius Deborah pays tribute to Apostle Kwadwo Safo. Bagbin mad over hasty passage of anti-gay bill. Bagbin mad over hasty passage of anti-gay bill. NPP records see JFK as worst general secretary in party's history. Oh. NPP records see JFK as worst general secretary in party's history. Okay. Ezra chapter 4 verse 4. Then the peoples around them set out to discourage the people of Judah and make them afraid to go on building. Ezra 4:4. Then the peoples around them set out to discourage the people of Judah and make them afraid to go on building. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So that's the Chronicle newspaper. Let's go to Larry Dogbe's The Herald newspaper. The Herald says Mahama rejects third term push at closed door meeting with NDC elders, reassures them of his exit plan. Mahama rejects third term push at closed door meeting with NDC elders, reassures them of his exit plan. GBC staff unions petition NMC to sack Director General over 580 million cedis audit findings. GBC staff unions petition NMC, that's the National Media Commission, to sack Director General over 580 million cedis audit findings. Damine Gold Mine position for higher output with $250 million fleet. Damine Gold Mine position for higher output with $250 million fleet. Okay. Atebua and Amentin residents put prison service on credibility test over crackdown on jail-based criminal network. Atebu and Amentin residents put prisons service on credibility test over crackdown on jail-based criminal network. SNIT, NHIA, and Trust Hospital roll out telehealth service nationwide. So that's the Herald newspaper for today. Let's look at the Wednesday, June 3 edition of the News Center. The News Center, Elvis Darkons, the News Center. Anti-LGBTQI plus bill far from becoming law. AG and presidency to review it, says John Mahama. Stability means little without jobs. That's according to Opon Nkrumah, Member of Parliament for Ofuase Ayirebi. MTN launches Yellow Care 2026 to expand community health care. Fidelity Bank's profit before tax rises 21% to 1.46 billion cedis. Bagbin orders fresh look at anti-LGBTQ plus bill. Bagbin orders fresh look at anti-LGBTQI plus bill. So that's the News Center. The News Center for today. Let's do Custodian. Custodian says confusion rocks new anti-LGBTQI plus bill. Minority queries NDC's sincerity. Mahama and Bagbin stare doubt. NPP inaugurates standing committees for 2028 victory. NPP inaugurates standing committees for 2028 victory. Economic stability is meaningless to jobless youth. Opon Nkrumah questions government IMF exit boast. Then you have NADMO and Zoomlion unveil no do flood campaign. NADMO and Zoom Lion unveil No Do flood campaign. Julius Deborah eulogizes Apostle Kojo government to support funeral. And AA Bright mentors WBM Zion Senior High School students on menstrual health and career choices. So that's the Custodian newspaper. The Ghanaian publisher says, this is witch hunt. NDC man fumes over hotel demolition. This is a witch hunt. NDC man fumes over hotel demolition. Bagben rejects anti-LGBTQ plus bill. The numbers don't match reality, Kojo Nkrumah tells government. Abronya trial, judge issues 14-day filing order. And then you have the Julius Deborah paying tribute to Apostle Kojo Safo's story also there. Let's go to the new publisher. So from the Ghanaian publisher, we're going to the new publisher. Leader versus speaker. Nothing to reconsider. The speaker cannot in any way reverse what has happened. What has happened has happened. That's according to Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga. Mom and son arrested for killing husband and trying to kill stepson. This story, when I came across it, I was so shattered. Hey. Human being, eh? How can you be this callous? How can you be this wicked? Anyways, that's the new publisher. Let's do the Informer. The Informer says minority opposes BOG headquarters sale, but the BOG has clarified that the headquarters is not up for sale. Anti-LGBTQ plus bill hits legal roadblock. Mahama cites procedural lapses as Ascent faces fresh hurdles. Minority questions changes in bill. Speaker expresses shock. State resources plunder. You go catch rest for in Nsawam. Mahama warns SOEs CEOs. State resources plunder. You go catch rest for Nsawam. Mahama is warning SOE CEOs. Trafficking ring busted. GIS rescues 112 victims, repatriates 105 foreign nationals. JA Plant Pool fights back. Rebuffs $2 million recovery claim. Ghanaians reject partisan politics. Imani Paul's report reviews. So that's the Informer. Let's wrap it up with the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor says 2026-2027 cocoa purchases Cocoa Board to raise $1 billion through commercial paper. 2026-2027 cocoa purchases Cocoa Board to raise $1 billion through commercial paper. NPA boss honored at 10th Ghana CEO Summit. NPP first vice chair race. Nana B opens gap. Then you have JAP, that's JA Plantpool, and Dr. Japan respond to Attorney General. So you get details and more in the Inquisitor newspaper. Let's quickly go online and bring you some stories from channel1newsonline.com. channel1newsonline.com. Anti-LGBTQ bill must be fit for purpose. In Team Fojo tells Ayariga. Okay. Ministers doing local implementation break the law. That's according to the Interministerial Committee chair. You have late Wales equalizer denies Black Stars victory in Cardiff friendly. CATH, that's the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, blames emergency unit pressure on lack of specialist hospitals. Anti-LGBTQ bill process compromised. Speaker right to intervene. Anti-LGBTQ plus bill could face legal challenge over alleged procedural lapses. That's according to ASEPA. Parliament must resolve differences and deliver on anti-LGBTQ bill. Catholic bishops speaking there. Parliament must resolve differences and deliver on anti-LGBTQ bill. Again, anti-LGBTQ bill was properly passed. Speaker cannot undo it. That's according to the Leader of the House, Mahama Ayariga. And then Fenyo Markin denies viral anti-LGBTQ bill post. Government introduces quota system to strengthen domestic rice industry. 2 pupils dead, 40 injured in Asen Kwafu Krom school bus crash. Speaker nullifies passage of anti-LGBTQ plus bill, orders reconsideration in Parliament. African Games contract, we are going after the money, says the Auditor General. Let's do a few quick ones from City Newsroom citynewsroom.com. Few quick stories from there. Free SHS suppliers to picket at Education Ministry over 50 million cedis debt. Ato Forson, the finance minister, says Ghana's inflation to stay below 5% despite Middle East risk. Pantine residents threaten election 2028 boycott over poor roads. Xenophobia, focus on evacuation of Ghanaians, not PR. Minority tells Ablakwa. Ghana releases list of evacuees scheduled to leave South Africa on June 7. Bagman right to seek reconsideration of anti-LGBTQ bill, says in Team Fojo. Anti-LGBTQ bill, I have done my job. Assent is not my business. That's according to the majority leader, Mahama Ajarika. So go to citynewsroom.com as well as channel1newsonline.com. You get details of these stories and several others there. You can also download the Channel One News app from the Google Play Store and have access to the news. Stay with us right here on Breakfast Daily. We are back shortly with the news review segment.
June is for business here at City FM and Channel One TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the City Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel One TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. City Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The City Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
I'm very excited. This is my very first award ever.
Thank you so much to the Ghana Movie Awards for this incredible honor. I really appreciate this. Thank you to all my fans and to the entire cast and crew of Red Carpet. I love you all. Mwah.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Ghana. This is really nice. Heavy as usual, like a dumbbell. I'll use it to a good start. God bless you, Ghana. One love.
I heard the award was so heavy. It's actually true. This is so heavy.
Ghana Movie Awards, 7th June at Kempinski Hotel. Brought to you by Boss Energies Limited, formerly Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation Company Limited.
Ghana Movie Awards, come let's celebrate.
From Accra to Buenos Aires, from Lagos to London, the world is locking in for the greatest football spectacle on earth, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But before the first whistle cuts through the noise, there's a deeper rhythm to the game. Every badge carries history, every player brings a story, every number means something. Welcome to World Cup Central, only on Channel One TV.
Hello and welcome to another episode of World Cup Central right here on Channel One TV.
Your home of football intelligence with African energy and global perspective. We're taking you beyond the highlights From powerful eye-opening stats to sharp breakdowns of every qualified nation to insights that change how you see the beautiful game.
Their first appearance was in 1930 and their best finish at the World Cup was third place in 1930. That was a long time ago.
Every Friday at 3 p.m. we serve it fast, bold and electric. No fluff, just pure football knowledge delivered with style.
You couldn't beat Norway, so if you are not at the World Cup, it's thoroughly deserved, so please stay at home.
World Cup Central, Fridays at 3 p.m. exclusively on Channel 1 TV.
I'm high and I'm getting...
Welcome.
Hello there, welcome to Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. Now it's time for the news review segment where we get to have a conversation on like some topical issues, and then our guests join us in studio to make submissions on these matters. We're excited to invite you to join us with your thoughts, your comments and contributions. Comment on the subject matter itself, and you can also comment on the submissions made by our guests in studios. Now you have several options to choose from. Send us a text via WhatsApp to the number on your screens. And alternatively, you can join us on YouTube or on Facebook where we're streaming live, and let us know what you think, what you make of these subjects that we'll be looking at. All right, I have in studio Michael Kosi Dede. He is an engineer and a regular on the show. Engineer, good morning and good to have you.
Good morning.
Welcome. The Honorable Abdul Fattah Al-Hassan is the Member of Parliament for Yendi. Honorable, good morning.
Nana, good morning to you, good morning to Engineer, and good morning to the good people of Yendi. And thanks for having me.
Yeah, I like the smoke.
Thank you. Now, you didn't want me to comment on your outfit.
So I stopped you. I've stopped you in your tracks.
Yeah. You found a smart way.
I anticipated it, so I stopped you in your tracks. But engineer, what's happening in the house? What's going on? On Friday, you
I thought you said engineer.
No, I'm sorry. Apologies, Honorable. Honorable, what's happening in the house? On Friday, you together with your colleagues passed a bill. And then all the controversies surrounding him, the concerns that have been raised, especially by the minority, accusing the majority side, or if like the NDC, of diluting the bill. Then we had the comment of the president saying that it's far from becoming law. There are procedural and, if you like, legal issues that will have to be addressed. The Speaker, Alban Bagman, says he was surprised that the bill was passed on Friday, suggesting to us that it was rushed. There was a haste to pass the bill. Then yesterday, he took his seats in the House and, if you like, appealed that we go back to reconsider the bill. But per the standing orders of the House, what is expected to happen? The leader, your leader, Mahama Yarga, says what is done, and the Speaker cannot undo the passage of the bill. So what is expected to happen?
Well, thanks so much. I think for the past 3-4 days, it's been our airwaves have been inundated with discussions about this bill and its passage. Well, as to the dilution of the bill, that I beg to differ. I do not agree with those who feel the bill has been diluted. I have looked at the various areas you're talking about. You see, I have always maintained that no two parliaments can be the same.
True.
The 8th Parliament had a different composition from the 9th Parliament as we have it today. And so if you expect that the work that was done by the 8th Parliament should be carried hook, line and sinker by the 9th Parliament to the presidency to sign, you are just telling everybody that the 9th Parliament has no use being there.
So we should just revert to everything the 8th Parliament did.
That is wrong. Because the people who considered the 8th Parliament, the bill in the 8th Parliament, you cannot say that they are the current composition is the same. No, the composition today is different. We have different new MPs with various perspectives, various professional backgrounds, and their outlook of things will be different. And so when they come to consider some of these things, they will bring all those things to bear. And so it will affect somehow what you have there. And remember, when a document is presented to Parliament, especially, and it's referred to a committee, it becomes the property of Parliament. So it doesn't become the property of NDC, MPP, majority, minority. No. It becomes the property of Parliament. So Parliament has the duty to work on that document.
Yeah, but you debate along those lines anyway.
No, you see, it's not always, you see, especially at committee levels. We don't debate like that at committee levels.
Has the composition of the committee, the membership, substantially or significantly changed? From
yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it has to change. Because if somebody was a member of a committee and the person doesn't return to Parliament as an MP, his position is going to be taken by another person. And remember, in the last Parliament, because of the neck-to-neck nature of the composition, we almost had the same numbers at the committee level. But this time, the gap is huge because of the numbers we have, the changing numbers we have. And so, if you find the 9th Parliament also bringing their perspective to bear on the bill, it just tells you that this is a new composition.
Right.
We understand. And so the bill has to reflect the composition and their views. Now, you see, if I've looked at the bill that was passed by Uganda in 2023, it had similar provision, as especially with regards to medical care.
Okay.
I will use that bit alone. Now, there was a provision on the promotion, like as we have it in our bill.
Yeah.
And it kind of criminalized even where a medical doctor provided medical care to an LGBTQ person. That's one. And it even made it mandatory for you to report anybody you found to be LGBT. So even that doctor would have to report the patient who comes to him for medical care. And that would infringe upon the doctor-patient confidentiality issue. In 2024, just a year after the passage of that bill, it was taken to court, to the Supreme Court of Uganda. And the Supreme Court struck down that portion of it and said that no, the Parliament of Uganda cannot make a law to restrict medical care for certain category of people. You can't limit medical care for. So, for instance, the person is an LGBTQ person, but the person has, say, has HIV. It's not coming for you to treat him on his LGBT issue, but he has HIV. And you have that system that has to take care of HIV patients. Now he comes to you as an HIV patient. Now you identify him in your process that, oh, this person is an LGBTQ person. And now you are saying that you will not take care of him medically, simply because he is what? An LGBTQ person. The law says, no, give him that medical care that he deserves. You can't discriminate him based on the fact that he's an LGBTQ person.
Right.
And the law even says that that medical doctor is not now, from now going, he's not mandated to report the status of that person to the authorities for him to be picked up. You understand? So from these learners, it should tell you that we don't even need to have those things in our law. We need to make it clear that when, say, a medical doctor is providing medical service to an LGBTQ person, there should be no restriction, and it should not be seen to be promoting it. So that was all the clarity that we're supposed to. And this was some of the things they were calling for in 2024 when they were the sponsors of the bill.
But you wanted it signed in that state.
No, but then I can even say that we didn't even have the benefit of some of these things I'm talking about. You see, and if now today we are coming to even change it to suit your style, how you wanted it, you should even be welcoming it. But that being the case, you are.
But the argument is that on principle, on a matter of principle, what you wanted signed the same thing.
You see, that is where the problem is. Then if I sign the same thing, then don't bring it to 9th Parliament. Then take it from 8th Parliament to the President.
But that bill
because
died with
9th Parliament, the composition of 9th Parliament is different from the composition of the 8th Parliament. We cannot be spoon-fed. As 9th Parliament, we cannot be spoon-fed by the product of
the 8th Parliament.
The 8th Parliament, no. We should have the autonomy to do things on our own. You understand? So that exactly is what I'm asking for. Now, on the issue of the procedure, what happens and those things, trust me, we are all now going to chatter in unknown waters. We don't know, because I listened to the speaker yesterday, and I listened to some of the procedural issues that he was talking about. There are issues that we encounter every day. And there are issues that even our old standard orders make provision for us to cross them without necessarily, creating any issue. So if you say that per our standing orders, when a bill is brought and it is at the consideration stage and we are done with the consideration stage, the bill has to be reprinted with all the proposed amendments captured and brought back to Parliament. You understand? At least within like 24 hours. And then the amendments captured. And so the amendment will now be taken by the House and looked at to see whether indeed those amendments reflect the discussions in the House the previous day. You understand? Yes, that is the case. But still, in our rules also provide that you can move a procedural motion to dispense with that requirement.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So instead of waiting, that is why sometimes they can bring a bill in today and have it go through all the processes and pass today. Otherwise, we will not be able to do that. If that requirement were to be so stringent,
right?
You understand, and be so mandatory. So there are rules that have made these things a bit flexible. I mean, the only challenge I see in all these procedural talks, the only biggest problem I have seen is on the issue of the report from the committee. Because the report conveys a particular message that this was unanimous. This was, how does the report even say about it? It was a consensus.
Consensus.
You understand that the decision, everything was consensus. Now we find members saying that these amendments were not agreed to
at the committee level.
At the committee level, and so the report and the members, some of the members, especially on the other side, are saying that they even never saw the report, and that too happens. I think it's a challenge we have. Sometimes you do things and you don't see even the report of what you have done until you are in the chamber. And sometimes they are even in the chamber, the copies that they come to distribute is just a few. So you are still even struggling to get a copy to see. So these are the challenges I see, that if they say the report, you understand, was based on consensus, as the report has it, and members feel that no, the content of it, we never agreed to it, and so it cannot be based on consensus. And we had that. In fact, I remember during the vetting of one of the ministers, there was the report from the vetting committee, the appointments committee came to the floor, and it was captured that the decision was unanimous. I don't remember which minister, which of these ministers was that. Afenyomarkin raised that issue. That no, I am the leader of the minority, especially even on the committee. I don't ever remember when I agree with you on this, that we should approve this person based on a unanimous decision. And so if you are using your numbers to approve him, let the report reflect same.
True.
But don't carry the message that it was a unanimous decision. We in the minority, we are opposed to this appointment. I think it's just some judge's own or Kujetu's own, some one of those. You understand? So we had to stand down that particular aspect of it for it to be corrected, for it to reflect the position of the minority, especially on that committee.
Right.
So for me, if that is the case, then we must know what exactly the position of the committee was. Was it a majority decision they used in arriving at the conclusions they arrived at, or it was by consensus? That is the challenge that can be done. And if that is the case, then that is it is a report that can be challenged. So we can come, a member can come by motion to challenge that report from the committee, that the report does not reflect the true state of affairs from the discussions at the committee level. And when that is said, but see, remember, for any motion that is moved in the House, the decision is not about the truism of it. It's about voting and the outcome of the vote. You understand? So it may be true that in this was, but once it is now a motion, it has to be voted upon. Assuming you come like that, and then the majority still uses its numbers to vote you out, then we are back to square one again. You understand?
Right.
So it's quite a dicey issue, and We hope to see how we cross that bridge as the movement.
In fact, it presents a fertile ground for a lot of education,
Yes,
especially
yeah.
on the procedures
Absolutely.
and the standing orders of the House. Let's say good morning to Alhaji Kamaldeen Abdullahi. He's a Deputy National Communications Director for the New Patriotic Party, NPP. Alhaji, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to see you.
You've been missing in action.
Yeah.
I'm the one missing.
Thank God we are both back.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank
All
you.
right, let me come to engineer on this anti-gay bill, anti-LGBTQI plus bill, and all that has happened since Friday when the announcement was made that Parliament had passed the bill. Only for Speaker yesterday to, I don't want to say order or direct, but to plead with the House to reconsider. It was an appeal to the House to reconsider the passage or like the bill itself.
Nana, if I would want to seek your permission to just speak a little to the flooding issue, since off air you asked the question.
Yes.
So the Ghana Institution of Engineering has put out some recommendations for government to consider in terms of how to manage the floods going forward. And I think that it's important that the Minister of Works and Housing looks at it and shares it with Cabinet so that it can be properly considered. One of the key recommendations is that we should stop managing flood only by way of using the existing drainages. We should look at having retentions in new houses that are coming up. So, for instance, estate developers who want to put up estates, it must be mandatory for them to possibly have a retention system within their catchment area, so that when if it rains heavily, they retain that water within that space, and then when it stops raining, you can begin to release it bit by bit. So we also need to go and look at what's happening in Ebri and see how best to regulate it, because the speed at which the water comes down from Ebri down into Accra is so terrible that we need to begin to manage spaces there, because the natural retentions within the Accra especially have almost all been filled, encroached. But we still need to continue with the issue of demolition, because you see the problem here is that sometimes we go and demolish, but we don't drain the basin. So, because when people are going to build, they fill the place.
Exactly, and that's
so
the question I've been
asking. You demolish the house, but you don't reclaim the basin itself. So, we need to encourage our municipal assemblies to reclaim the basin itself and make it more difficult for the next person to even attempt. And the district assemblies must watch as people try to reclaim, because there's a lot of construction waste around. So all people go and do is, I want to this land here. So immediately they identify construction. So come and dump it here for me. We need to be alert to those things so that we don't come back with this, because it is clearly unacceptable the way we continue to develop Accra and think that we can solve the flooding problem. And unfortunately, we are exporting the bad behavior in Accra to all other regions.
Exactly.
So you go to all other regions, and especially the regional capital, they're all getting flooded on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Koforidia, Kumasi, Takrade, and Takrade is also terrible.
Yeah.
Even Ho, I mean, all places. So I think that we need to sit up as a country and try and address this issue and look at these recommendations in all sincerity and do it. But I hear some people say, let's build a new capital. But then building a new capital does not resolve the flooding situation in Accra.
Yeah.
And if we continue with the same attitude, building a new capital will not solve the problem.
True.
So we need to dismiss that idea as it stands and make sure that we do the right things. For me, those are the things that we need to focus on.
Right.
On the LGBT issue, I don't have much to say, but I just think that our politicians are not being consistent across board. They are not being consistent. The question is, do we need some moral guidance on this matter as a society? Yes, we do. I can see both parties clearly agreeing that there is some need for moral guidance. But they've played so much politics with it, and everything is about who wins the next election.
True.
Rather than say, what exactly do we need to address? And address it and move on. So I think that I want to plead with our politicians that we need more sincerity on both sides. This game, playing politics as if it's just a game of winner takes all, for me, it's unfair to the society. And I think that we, again, as a society, need to begin to look at ourselves and begin to maybe boycott the politicians. We should stop inviting them for functions, giving them front seats at functions and issues like that. No, because you're not being fair to us. You're not being fair to us because everything is about themselves and the next election and nothing about the society. So we as citizens also need to begin to look at it and say, look, we need to begin to boycott the politicians at some point. Maybe even the media houses should say, look, it isn't everything that will give them audience. Because I think they are not being sincere with that. That's all I want to say on this matter.
Very well, very well. Alhaji, let me come to you. Are you, and I say you in reference to the minority or the NPP, are you just taking this whole thing as payback time, or you are actually looking at real reforms? Because laws we know are supposed to solve a problem in society. I'm asking this because in 2024, you wanted changes to this bill. However, the minority then, NDC, insisted that it be signed in the state and form that it was. Now they have made the changes and you are saying that they've diluted the thing.
Well, thank you very much. And let me also seize the opportunity to join in what engineer said.
Right. On the flooding issue?
Absolutely. But before that, let me say good morning to our Member of Parliament for Yendi, and also to engineer and to the viewers out there. 3rd June 2015, 11 years on. Okay, what have we done as a country to better our lot in terms of solving flooding situations in our capital city? Interestingly, 3rd June 2015 was also a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Just like today is Wednesday. You know, and it will interest you to also note that most of the disasters that happen in Ghana happens on Wednesdays. Interestingly. May 9th disaster was on Wednesday. 3rd June was on Wednesday. The helicopter crash was on Wednesday. Most of the dark days have been on Wednesdays. It serves as a reminder. Maybe you may add one.
You know, the Yana was killed on
Wednesday. Was also killed on Wednesday. Interesting. Most of the disasters, yes. We the Gomba, he said the Gomba, he understand. We the Gombas have some kind of
we have a fear for that.
Fear for Wednesdays.
We have a phobia.
We have a phobia for everything, except that we don't even greet funerals on Wednesdays.
Yes, you don't even attend anybody's funeral on Wednesday.
The belief is that there could be a repetition of same
bad luck.
You know, so but that is just by the way, that's for the Gombas culture, as it were. Some Muslims also have adopted it, but of course the Sunnis will tell you, no, there's no day like that. Right. You know, but that's just by the way. I just asked the question as to what we have done as a people to assure ourselves that indeed such disasters will not visit us again. If the Association of Engineers have actually brought out blueprints, brought out suggestions, what is our urban development authorities doing to adopt and inculcate some of these suggestions into their ways of doing things? I think that we basically have to do a lot. But what we concern much with ourselves is who wins the next election. I'm a politician, it's true. But of course, I'm a citizen of Ghana before being a politician.
True.
That is very important. I can opt not to become a politician today, but I cannot opt not to become a Ghanaian today.
Right.
Unless maybe the extreme happens. I find myself in a different country where I intend to naturalize or something. But that is extreme. You see, I'm trying to remind our authorities. I'm trying to remind people who issue permits. I'm trying to remind people who concern themselves with town and country planning. Look, even that institution called town and country planning, I don't know whether it's functioning. It's a fact. It has, even if it's decentralized, is it functioning? That's the question. You decentralize something and it must function. Places we create hubs, people go there to build houses. Places we earmark for, if you like he rightly said, retention basins. People go there to build houses. So our test for land as a people has thrown our land tenure system somewhere at all. You understand? So I think that we really have to speak up, to stand up as a people and remind ourselves of those disasters and do something to nip those things in the bud. That said, on LGBTQ, your question is whether we want to also pay back. Yesterday, I took to my Facebook wall and I asked myself, why all this politics on this matter? Why? Both MPP and NDC, why all this politics on this matter? What is our national position? The position is that we abhor it. We don't like it. That is the position. I recall the Speaker of Parliament, who was then Speaker of Parliament in the 8th Parliament, asking in the House, who in this House doesn't want this bill to be passed?
True. Yeah.
He asked that question.
The serious trap.
And every single person, every member of Parliament was quiet.
Yeah. Opposite
signifying, yes, we all want it to be passed.
Right.
Every single member of Parliament. Okay? So why this politics? Why? When God wanted to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, did God say that we should look at human face? I'm asking. Did God say that there should be freedom of that person looked at before I destroy Sodom and Gomorrah?
No.
Both in the Quran and in the Bible. So you know better human rights than God. I'm asking our politicians, both MPP and ADC. When that disgusting act was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, and God sent them warnings, and they refused, and he wanted to destroy the place, what he even told the prophet then was, don't turn back and look at the people to even see the disaster I'm going to visit on them. No mercy. Today we are here. This one says human rights. That's what, you know human rights than who created you. Senegal have passed this law.
Yeah.
With consequences. With ease. Their law comes with consequences. We cannot do that because we have caps in hand begging. Our president is in the UK and must speak well so that the Western people will hear that he will speak well before he gets money. If not, if he doesn't say there's a long route to go, he won't come home with money. That's the reason why the president could not speak well when he was in the UK.
That he cited procedural challenges.
I am saying those are semantics.
Really?
Oh, my brother. These are people, they just want to find a way of talking and get money. Is that what we are interested in? In a country where we have manganese, we have bauxite, we have gold, we have cocoa, we have timber. Look, we have bitumen, we have everything, we have oil. And that country is having a cap in hand, begging, and a law that is killing you, killing your generation. You can't pass it. It is a shame to Ghanaians. And I'm surprised John Sam George is very quiet these days. A bone is in the mouth, so he can't back. He's enjoying.
Oh, but he was explaining the amendment over the weekend.
How vigorous Sam George appeared. President Mahama will know no peace if he doesn't sign the law. President Mahama says there's a long route to go. Sign it. Go and fight it.
But there's indeed a long route to go.
After passing in Parliament, now they are coming to tell us stories. Look, even making the MPs look bad. They say you don't even know your work. That's what they're saying. The speaker is telling that you people don't even know your job. You didn't even know that you have no quorum. That's a shame on the MPs. They didn't even know that they don't have quorum in Parliament, and you pass that law. That's what the speaker is telling you. Something trite, something common, that I know that if we are 5 people, we can pass a law. If we are 10, and that one, the MPs who sat in there didn't know. The committee level, the discussions that they were at the committee, you are supposed to have both sides of the divide or of the aisle sitting there. Something I didn't even know there was this clause. Who are you playing with? Ghanaians? Are we serious people? And I think that, look, this is a national consensus we should have on this matter. And there is already a national consensus. Christians and Muslims form about 95% of the population of this country. And they all say this is an abhorrence to us. Maybe 5% will ATR. Even the ATR, African, they also say it is an abhorrence to us. So 100% of Ghanaians say, we don't like it. Today, young people are kissing each other on the street. Boys. I'm telling you. Recently, the concert they had at Independence Square. After the concert, look at the pictures people were taking at the Independence Square. Gay marriages exposed. Look, and gradually it's eating into us. Today, sometimes we wake up and then we smuggle some sexuality education component into our education. We are killing ourselves. I gave an example to Senegal. Senegal promised when they were campaigning that when you vote for me, I mean Bassirou, even though he has a problem with his prime minister now, Songo, you understand? But they both promised that, look, when we come, we are going to pass this law. That is not our culture. And they have done it. In Qatar, when the FIFA World Cup was ongoing, some people wanted to fly the flags of LGBTQ. Qatar government said, over our dead body, that cannot happen. And FIFA came into their support and supported them because they have cash. They have prepared themselves. But you have all this manganese, bauxite, and whatever. And all you can do is to judge the competence of somebody who can speak good English. That's the country, Ghana. Ghana, if you can speak good English, you are intelligent. In Ghana, anybody who can speak good English and can insult big men, you are the best in politics. Those who can sit and insult people. Okay? People who say, oh, they are those with fear. They are the best. They are doing politics. What kind of country are we building? I am being passionate on this because this is not politics, actually. This is something killing our families. This is something throwing our young ones into, because they know there's poverty. They use poverty to go into the hinterlands, Choco and other areas, and because of poverty, they lure these boys into these things. They give them money. Why? There was a story, I don't know how true it is, that some MPs woke up and then some money went into their accounts some time ago. Not now. Just because of the was not there LGBT, he wasn't in parliament yet. There was a story like that as to how true it was. But I'm trying to say that people use money to lure people into doing some of these nefarious things. And we are sitting down and we are quiet about it. See somebody dressed so well, Range Rover and whatever, and there's a pad he's working with. This is what is happening. These are realities of life, I'm telling you. We're killing people. Diseases all over now. And we are quiet and want to be serious about it. Some journalists are complicit. Some academia are complicit. People have been giving money to come and do some of these things. And yet we sit down and we are not doing strong advocacy on this. Well, it is not payback as you rightly put it. It is just to remind them of their hypocritical stand. If yesterday you said that the bill, the form and shape in which it has come must be signed by the president, and today you go back and say some portions of it must be taken out, I think you are a hypocrite. Right. You are completely a hypocrite. They didn't even believe in the bill in the first place. They wanted to win election like engineer said. All they wanted was to win their election. So they could make all the noise and come back. Today, the reality is faced with you, and you are sitting in the UK and telling us that it has to go to Council of State, and from Council of State to who, and it's a long route. That's the president now. To end, Honorable Mohammed Suparu, my good friend, he sat here
yesterday and
promised.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was a few weeks back. Yeah,
that the day the bill is passed and 3 days or 4 days, the president said he will resign as a member of parliament. In principle, my brother should resign. He should resign. Because what the speaker said yesterday was to appeal to you. He didn't say the passage of the bill was what? Void. All he said was, let's revisit it again, there's a consensus, whatever. Even why would it be fair?
It would not be fair to demand that on Suparu because you see
why?
Why?
I'm
not saying you didn't see that. So
that's what I'm telling you. I will see my
so that's what I'm telling you. It would not be fair to demand that on it because one, yes, it's been passed, but it doesn't lie on MPs to transmit the bill to the president. It lies on the clerk.
The clerk of the house.
And the clerk works with the speaker. No MP can give clerk directions. So not even the majority by their numbers can transmit the bill to the presidency. So now the whole thing is within speaker's realm.
So
speaker and clerk.
So until the bill is transmitted to his promise will then now come in, take effect.
Exactly.
Okay, that's okay.
But he made that unconditional.
But I am calling on him. My brother Suparu, we are watching you.
Yeah, yesterday was here.
We are watching you, my brother Mohammed Suparu, MP for Tumu East.
No, Sisala West.
Sisala West. MP for Sisala West. My good brother, you are a very good brother of mine. But of course, you made a promise, and promise is a promise. You must keep it. We are watching you.
The president hasn't even received it yet, so let's wait and see.
I think that we should be fair to Ghanaians. Many Ghanaians don't like this football we are playing, and I think that we should also be firm as a people. Principle must be principle. The Speaker of Parliament himself, what he said yesterday, in fact, to be honest with you, with a great respect to him, I thought that he had even departed from his own principle. The passion with which he had on this has actually come down.
Really?
Yes.
I think so.
I'll come back. When he was speaking in opposition, to the extent that he asked a question in Parliament, I refer to that. Today, look at the way he's speaking. It's a matter procedural.
Today he's speaker, and the right thing must be done rightly.
Look, he was doing politics the last time. Forget it.
The right thing must be done rightly.
When he passed to win power. That was all Speaker of Parliament was doing the last time.
He used to say at the time was against his position.
Exactly.
That's his problem. And what he's saying today, you understand, is actually in line. But you see, when somebody is hitting at you, you see the blow to be that hard, that painful.
Anyway,
and they will hit where it hurts most.
We should actually be up and doing. If you want to pass it, let's pass it. If you don't need such a law, let us not have the law. But we cannot be playing political football with Ghanaians. Ghanaians are watching at both MPP and NDC. This is a matter we should face head on. And let me address this. There's this matter about minority leader Afenyo Markin, that he has posted something on his...
he's denied that.
It turns out to be fake.
Yeah, he's denied it.
I have done my checks. It turns out to be fake. Let us be fair to him. That he said that how can LGBTQ, passage of LGBTQ protect society? I don't know. That's not true. You see, these days of people sitting down and doing misinformation and disinformation and then using the social media to do things, look, we should also be guided, as it were. I think our politics...
That's why they are arresting them.
Better. Their policy deserve. Well, it's true, but
that's why they are arresting them and you are not happy. Anyway, let me take a few quick messages. And this one says, "Good morning. I am Eben from Kwabenya. Honorable Majority Leader Yariga has said it right, and I agree with him perfectly that there's nothing to reconsider about the bill. Also, with the kind of minority we have in Parliament, you need to build consensus with them because they are pull-me-down people." It's obvious that the majority mishandled the so-called anti-LGBTQ bill law, a law I've always considered one of the most unnecessary ever debated in our dispensation. Ironically, the current party in government weaponized it against the then ruling government, and it actually helped them win power. But what real problem is this particular law meant to solve for us as a nation? That's what I'm coming to. For what I know, new laws are formulated to address specific challenges as a nation faces with the numerous problems we have in Ghana. Which of them is this law supposed to solve? The deceit in politics must stop. This is Aminu from Nsawam sending that in. This one says, "Good morning. Engineer forgot to mention that the retention sites should be protected 24/7. The 24-hour economy can even start from there. We have so many macho men looking for jobs. These guys can be deployed to protect these sites." This is Evans sending that one in. Yeah. All right. So this matter of the law, we've had a conversation around the politics of it, but we've left out the substance. And for me, my issue is, what problem is this coming to solve? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Constitution provides for unnatural carnal knowledge.
Not the Constitution. We have
the Act.
It is a criminal
offense act. Right. So,
Section 104.
What exactly are we seeking to solve with this anti-LGBTQ plus bill? Is it the promotion, the advocacy, the campaigning, the funding? And if so, these amendments that have been made, especially on academic, because we've seen some of our textbooks already with some suggestive LGBT traits in there. So, Honorable, let me start with you. What exactly are we seeking to solve?
This is more elaborate. For instance, we like Kamal didn't write it, pointed out the section 104 of Act 29, Criminal Offences Act, 1960. It just says unnatural carnal knowledge. You understand? Now, this is what happens when these two people, or if you like three people, or these people are in their bedroom doing whatever they are doing. Now they come out, and they are displaying that thing in public. Man and man kissing each other. That is not a natural carnal knowledge. So what criminalizes that?
because that provision does not talk about exhibiting that in public.
Okay.
And you want to control that because that is where the problem starts from. Now people see that, oh, there's no problem with a man kissing another man in public. There's no problem with a woman. There's no law against it. There's no law against it. Yeah. So this law takes it beyond what
is done in the bedroom.
Is already there in our laws and makes it even more elaborate. You understand? And there's no law today which talks about the promotion. You understand? So I'm not engaged in unnatural carnal knowledge with anybody, but I sit here and talk about the benefits of having same-sex relationship. I extol that relationship. I am promoting it. You understand? You can't take me on because I have not had any unnatural carnal knowledge with anybody. So this law will prevent you and prescribe punishment for you. So what we have in our law is just like 1% of what is there to control it as a society. Because see, society and even we have had challenges. Who reports the two people? They are in their room doing that. Is it one of them who come and report? Because both will be guilty of that offense. And before that thing is happening, they are so secluded.
Yeah.
They are in such a secret place that it will be difficult for anybody to even catch them doing that thing.
You most likely get a report when it's sodomy.
Exactly.
Yeah. But for two adults in their room doing their own thing, difficult. I don't think they'll come and report each other.
So you have to widen the law to be able to look at all the nuances of it and prevent it in whatever shape and form. You understand? So the law is very necessary. So it is to make sure that we don't even create a room to entertain anything around that thing. Anything that seeks to promote it, anything that seeks to eulogize it, to extol it. You understand? And let the people know that this is the punishment that awaits them should they engage in such a thing. You understand? And so these are some of the things that would come in to help in making it even more punitive, in making it even more a crime than it is at the moment. So the law is very necessary.
Right. So then it buttresses the concerns raised by the minority now, especially with the amendments in 9(6), the publication of academic materials. Where do we draw the line? Where are the limitations? When we say it exempts academics, is it scholarly articles? And what would be the parameters for saying?
No, those things would definitely be defined. You know, in every act, we have definition section. You understand? So everything that is there that is not clear on the face of it has to be defined clearly so that you know the boundaries in the definition section. And you see, for academic knowledge, we should make room for such things in our society, because even academic knowledge can help us understand even how more dangerous the thing is. If you allow people to research and publish their findings, they can even let us know beyond what we normally see as the repercussion, like the sicknesses Kamadi spoke about. Those are glaring things. But for all you know, even the genetic makeup, or if you like, the species that these people have, their generation can be impacted beyond them as individuals. So academic study can help us even go beyond what is obvious. And if you want to curtail that, then you may be throwing away the baby with the bathwater. You understand? And so to make room for some of these, and for instance, the journalist reporting on it, we all understand that sometimes bringing these things out in public is the best way to get it, have the necessary attention it deserves. The journalist talks about it, how people are seen with this. And depending on how you look at his reportage, you can say he's promoting it. You understand? So if it is defined, the boundaries are defined, and he knows that he's supposed to report it this way or that way, and he remains within the boundaries, let's not punish him because he's talking about it. Otherwise, if you don't define the boundaries, you are leaving it at large. And it can even be a room for witch hunting, especially in our current political dispensation. Now we are told we are using the laws to witch hunt people on free speech issues. Another person sees what he says to be faultless. Then the other side also sees it to be faulty. depending on where you belong to in the political divide. So you don't leave it to the party in power, because prosecutions are always based on which party is in power and who is saying what. Right. The things we are like, they have always accused us that the things we are hunting their people for today, worst things are being said by our own people,
which is true though.
No, I'm just taking it.
No,
it is like that every time. Yeah. When we're also in opposition, we're telling them that the things they were telling us, they were arresting people and harassing people and even imprisoning people for. Worst things like that were being said by other people in their own party. But that was not a crime, because they had the prosecutorial power.
Right.
So let's not leave things to who calls the shots to decide what happens. Let's define the boundaries. And so if you're adding clarity to the law, just to in future prevent some of these excesses, to me, I don't see it as a problem.
Right. Engineer, instead of weaponizing this matter and doing that, you have diluted it and you failed to sign it, where should the conversation be tilted towards if we agree that there's a problem that needs to be solved?
Yes, so as a society, like I rightly agree with the MP, we need certain guidance. And every society makes laws based on what is socially acceptable within that society. So if the Ghanaian populace feels that, look, this practice is not socially acceptable, it is in the purview of the lawmakers and the executive and everybody else to make a law to guide people. Because in as much as we are Ghanaians, there are other people who come here and think certain things are acceptable for them and they want to practice it. Even here in Ghana, there are people who are born with such traits. I mean, we've lived with them throughout, but we have not socially accepted it, because there are those people we've seen them in schools. But the problem that is coming up, which I guess the law wants to address, is this something that should be promoted as an alternative lifestyle? Which is a no-no. And the Ghanaian public says, no, this is not right. It should not be promoted as an alternative lifestyle, because that's clearly what people are seeking. Again, the health implications are known. The health implications are known. So why do we want to promote such a thing when we already have a lot of issues to deal with in terms of our health delivery, and we want to add this as another? So clearly, I think that it is something that is needed. And I think that the focus must be on the benefits to the society in making such a law, rather than seeking to say, so we should look at the law and say, what are the issues that we should discuss that will benefit the society? How do we improve the law to benefit society, rather than playing the politics that we are seeing between the two parties? So what are the health issues? Let's look. These are the negative health issues. And we, as a country, we cannot put that on our national health insurance. We don't think it is right to put such a thing there. So again, we say, look, but when people are unfortunate, we can look at it and say, when the unfortunate ones happen, how do we even manage it? You understand? Because clearly, like I said, we are living with some of these people. That historically, we are living with them. So how do we criminalize them? No, I don't think we should criminalize them. So in other jurisdictions, the promotion receives more severe punishment than the act.
Right.
In other jurisdictions, those who seek to promote it as an alternative lifestyle receive more punishment than those who are engaged in the act. Because unfortunately, some of our own may have some natural tendencies that may not be right. But you criminalize that. So that is where we should be looking at the law itself and say, what are we actually criminalizing? What should the focus for punishment be? You understand? So that we don't dehumanize those who may have, unfortunately, be... Because look, there are people who have conditions that we try to manage. Do you understand? So we shouldn't criminalize the person's condition. But we should be looking at how to manage that person. But anyone who comes out because they have reached their apex in life and want to explore other things and think that it should be promoted as an alternative lifestyle, those are the people we should legislate to ensure that they are not tolerated within the society. But for people who are unfortunate to have such conditions, we should see how we manage them and relate to them rather than criminalize them.
Right. I see you nodding a lot, but we both agree that the true measure of any legislation is not whether merely Parliament passes it, but whether it effectively addresses the problem it is designed to solve.
First of all, what is LGBTQ plus? First of all,
there's some QAP somewhere.
And is the dangerous part is that there's even a plus and another plus, which you don't know and I don't know.
Yeah.
So the scope
it's only the future that knows.
So the scope of the law itself is coming to attack a matter that has not got even a limited scope.
Yeah.
It has a wider scope. And you asked whether or not we don't even have laws sitting there in our books already to deal with that matter. And the answer is no, we don't have laws. Why? If you cited Section 104 of the Criminal Offences Act 29, okay, to mean unnatural carnal knowledge. We all know what carnal is. And we all know what unnatural is. And we all know what knowledge is. The elements will be clear. Okay? But like I said, we are having a law to deal with LGBTQ plus. We don't even know the scope. So it is important or imperative for us to also broaden the scope of the law.
Yeah, true.
In this case, the Family Values Bill, which has been passed by Parliament. Because I stand by it has been passed. That's my point.
You still stand by it?
I stand by it. The point only I want is that, yes, concerns have been raised by the minority. Are we trying to limit the scope of the law to deal with something that has no scope? We should look at it properly. The plus could be something. I hear there's some queer. I don't even know what queer is.
That's the Q.
The Q. I don't know what queer is. I hear there's supposed to be gay, which is the G.
The G.
Okay? There's supposed to be lesbian, which is the L. The T, transgender. And then the
bisexual.
And then there's a plus. They're still thinking of
there's
what
AP, I'm not
so
sure
they are
what
going,
it is.
they are moving, they are spreading like virus. And then you are trying to make a law, and then you say, oh, I have a law already, and natural carnal knowledge. That ends there. So for me, I side with countries that have come out to say that, look, our customs, our values, our cultures do not agree with this. If you agree with it, that's your jurisdiction. Do what you want to do within your jurisdiction. But our laws, don't try to make it international. Okay? We should also have a broader law that would deal with the promotion, like engineer rightly said, and MP also said it. Okay?
Yeah.
So when they bring in the academia, if you think I am an academia, recently we have academia who are writing all manner of articles trying to support some of these things. And the argument is that, the suspicion is that some people are giving money. It's a strategy to get some academia to say that, oh, you are free, so you can write and promote. And then somebody who reads some of these things is actually motivated.
Yeah.
Then the person now goes into the shoes of where engineer said. Engineer said that, oh, maybe somebody's tendencies has gotten him into it. We don't have to criminalize it. It is as a result of someone instigating him through his writings. When a journalist sits on TV and want to say that, oh, it's not a problem, you can do this and do that and do that. You know how far it travels? Someone is watching. The person is lonely, watching, and want to try. And the journalist says there's no problem, he goes to do it. So we shouldn't criminalize that journalist. My point is that, back to my point I made earlier on, nobody on earth knows the value of human rights than the one who created us. And the one who created us said, this is disgusting, this is dirty, this should not be done. I destroyed a whole city because of this and take a cue from it. And we are sitting here, small things like us, saying that, oh, human rights. Why is it human rights? Let me ask you, do you know murder is a crime in our laws?
Yeah.
But do you know the court can order for somebody to be killed? Is that right? So the point I'm trying to make is that there are supposed to be laws which gives the power to the court to say that if somebody does this, the person ought to be punished. On that case, there cannot be human face. You don't go killing and say they shouldn't kill you. They will kill you.
Yeah.
So if you know LGBTQ is going to destroy society, there should be a firm law to let them understand that this is a law. When you do this, this will happen to you. Our people should face this head on. And stop this semantics of human rights, fundamental law. Doctors can now talk of people, treat them away from this nonsense. For me, I am saying that our scope must be broadened, and we must be firm on it, and then move on as a people. Otherwise, we will not achieve this. And I say, just as some George did it last time, I will continue to do this. And we all have to continue until we attain the proper family values as a society and grow as a people. Right. And let me tell the politicians, including myself, MPP and NDC, we beg you, let us inwardly look at how we can better our lot in terms of our economy. It's about time we did that. You cannot have gold and you want to give it to foreigners to come, and the foreigners will determine to you. You cannot have oil, you give it to foreigners, they come to determine to you. Work out. Make sure you are self-sufficient. Then your laws and your culture, your custom will also be better for you. Otherwise, we'll continue begging in our greed, in our corrupt way of living, and then our society would actually be damaging.
Very well. Kojo from Doma is saying that Kamal is talking as if he's forgotten his president and Nadu refused to sign his bill. He's making noise over. I didn't see Kamal so boisterous when the bill was first passed.
Come and fight this thing.
Master Planner Junior, a policy analyst in Kintampo, says President Nadu has been vindicated on this issue of not signing the old LGBTQ plus bill in 2024. The hypocrisy of the NDC has been exposed. Why are they today removing some clauses in the old bill they wanted President Akufo-Addo to sign? Today you have the majority in parliament and you have changed it to make it easier for President Mahama to sign. It clearly shows that you don't have this country at heart. You always take Ghanaians for granted as if we are not smart. We are watching you closely. Just give time some time. This one says, good morning, Nana, and your panel. Flooding has become sporadic in this country. It can't be completely taken away, but it can be reduced to the barest minimum if institutions work effectively. Keep your messages coming in. We'll do our best to read them on the show. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel One Television. We pause for a quick break. When we come back, we'll move on to other matters. Stay with us.
Every day, we make choices. Some big, some small.
What would you be doing today? I want this or...
Every day, we make choices. And sometimes, choices that shape our hearts.
Hi.
Whether it's a long-term or short-term decision. The Lydia Ranger gives you the power to truly decide. With Lydia, you truly decide.
Verna is clean, fresh and safe. I'm holding my Verna bottle. No plastic seal, no worries. Open and hear the sound like click. That sound means it's fresh, no trick. No plastic seal, but it's still pure. Cool and clean, you can be sure. Verna leads the brighter way. What takes my doubt away? If it clicks, it's Verna. If it clicks, it's clean. Sip it, feel the difference. Verna water, pure and green. Click, open, sip. Click, open, sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip. Just sip.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack.
EduPack?
Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note, all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.eduparkgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPark, approved and supported by GES.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel One Television. We're having the news review segment. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. We've just had a conversation on the passage or otherwise of the anti-LGBTQ plus bill. We're moving on to xenophobia and where we are as a people. The president says Ghana-South Africa relations remain intact. We're expecting a second batch of Ghanaian evacuees from South Africa, I think 7th June, this weekend, and we hope that they do arrive safely. But this conversation, I'll start with Engineer. What are we doing to ourselves as a continent, as a people, if we engage in some of these things? Is the history of South Africa lost on them, and especially at a time where we're preaching a borderless Africa, AFCFTA, and all that? How do we navigate this rough patch that we found ourselves in?
The African Unity Project is a tough one. And you need leaders across to understand the situation that confronts Africa and to put away their personal rivalries and trying to protect turf. And look at the interest of the continent as a whole. Unfortunately, this has been a challenge since Kwame Nkrumah and the others and his team left the scene. Because people have always seen it, we have always seen the issue of independence and gaining independence as a process of simply replacing the colonial authorities, and then we now impose ourselves. Rather than looking at it and say, this is a project where we can now ensure that the wealth of our nations benefits the people. So the politicians we see today all across Africa largely represent themselves and their families.
Right.
They don't represent the people. And that is the business that is being championed. And it is no different in South Africa, especially in recent times with Cyril Ramaphosa. Clearly, he's not representing the people who have come out of apartheid. Look, if you look at what's happened in South Africa since 1994, is it?
94.
Unemployment has increased from 23% to over 34% now. That is where South Africa is today. If you compare that number to Ghana, for instance, Ghana has hovered between 6 and 3% thereabout. But if you look at that in comparison to South Africa, it's a big problem in South Africa. So the people haven't post-apartheid are now asking themselves, where are the jobs? Where are the jobs that we hoped we would get to improve our lives? They are not getting the jobs. They see people like Cyril Ramaphosa continuing to make money. So South Africa came out with a program of black empowerment. Who has been empowered? How many blacks in South Africa have been empowered? Only a few elite. So these are the things that are confronting the people. Now the politicians, in an attempt to divert attention from themselves, are sponsoring people to say foreigners are the cause of your problems. Foreigners are the cause of your problems. So even the people in the SADC region who were involved and heavily burdened with the issue of the struggle against apartheid are now seen as the cause of South Africa's problem. Mozambique, Zimbabwe, people who struggled with you, where a lot of South Africans had to run to. The struggle, the people who were involved in it had to go and take residence. Now you see them as your enemies.
ANC fighters.
Exactly. Now you see them as your enemies, which is completely unacceptable. So I think that we need to look at this issue not as the people of South Africa being against their own, but the politics that we practice beginning to consume all of us. The politics that our leaders in Africa continue to practice is beginning to consume the people itself. So the people, look, the kind of demonstration and the resources at the disposal of these people in terms of logistics to move around is being sponsored by somebody. It's clearly being sponsored. Now we have other people within South Africa who are speaking against this. I mean, Thabo Mbeki has spoken clearly against it. Malema has spoken against it. But their own inactions, because somebody say, oh, they should also organize demonstrations. But the situation is so volatile that if you don't take care and you go and confront, it may lead to something worse. So, you see, people should not be sentimental. We should give South Africans a chance to look at themselves, and those speaking against it, let us encourage them. And Ghanaians should not also get emotional. We should be minded, because we also have a history of repatriating people from Ghana. Let us not forget.
True.
We have a history of repatriating people from Ghana. So we need not get too emotional about this issue. We should look at it as an African problem and begin to ask ourselves, how do we help to resolve this matter? So I like the position taken by the president, where he says, look, we still have strong diplomatic relations with the people of South Africa, and we will maintain it. I think it is an important statement, and we must accept it as that. So the recent calls that have gone emotional about let us not renew the license for gold fields and issues, for me, are emotive. Look, if we want to grow Ghanaian mining giants, we have the lithium, which has not yet been. Let people go and invest and see how difficult it is to invest in the mining industry. And let us not go where people have developed the thing for us, because we were running the state gold mines. We were owning it. We were operating it, and then we collapsed it. And then we call for investors. They've come in. Now we want to sound antagonistic towards investors. I don't think that is good spirit. Or typically simply because, this is happening in South Africa, let's not renew the lease. I don't think it's a good statement to be coming from senior officials.
Beyond that.
It goes beyond that. So we need to look at the issue dispassionately and see how do we promote African unity. In that sense as well, Ghana must also be consistent in its approach. We sit here, our brothers in the Sahel have sacked the French because of the way the French have governed and mismanaged them over the years and siphoned all their resources. And yet, at the time when we are sitting in AU promoting Pan-African and repatriation, we sit here in Ghana again, sign deals, security arrangements with France. What is France seeking security arrangements for here in Ghana? They want to be spying on our brothers in Sahel. And we are doing that here. And I think that Ghana needs to be consistent with this approach to the Pan-Africanist agenda. You can't be signing security arrangements with French, the French here, to be spying, to aid them to spy on our brothers in the Sahel.
But is that what the arrangement says?
But that is what the arrangement. Look, what security? They say, it's against what insurgents and all those things. The French were governing our brothers in the Sahel while the insurgents were going on. Were they not there?
Yeah.
Were they able to stop it?
No.
Now they come to Ghana and say, let's sign arrangements, security arrangements to prevent. I mean, let's be mindful. Look at what's happening even in Kenya now, where America wants to go and site an Ebola hospital there and issues. I mean, African leaders need to begin to look at their people.
We are serious.
We need to get serious. You understand? So for me, the unemployment situation in South Africa is what is driving this thing. And they are making it look as if it is foreigners who are the cause of it. But clearly, this is not proper. But we need to help manage the situation. And I think that the South African leaders who are coming out, we should help assess them.
I like how Engineer put it, or where he's coming from. But we also need to one thing we also need to deal with head on is the fact that people use this as a political tool. If you've studied the trend, it's almost very entrenched during the political season in South Africa, when they are going into elections.
That's where I wanted to come to. You see, from 94, we've had these acts of xenophobic, tendencies or events. Now we are getting it again. It's been done severally. But the point is, the politics of South Africa must properly be looked at again. We are told that some ministers, even within this government, that's the government of South Africa, are behind the actions of some of these citizens who claim to be fighting their foreign national or the foreign nationals. Some ministers within the government were told are sponsoring. The last time I had a program on a big issues program here, there was a gentleman who lived in South Africa, okay, narrating to us a story and telling us how it is alleged that even their own ministers were sponsoring some of these young people.
Well, we've seen the videos of the so-called leader, the Zuma lady, addressing the press and has a police commissioner sitting behind
so
her.
The point now we have, absolutely. So the point now is that it is more a domestic political tendency than it appears now to be like fighting foreigners.
True.
They want to begin. We don't have jobs. The youth are suffering. We don't have this. Okay, if they try to talk about it, we are running a democracy. There's nothing to do about it. I think they want to start, it's a strategy. They want to start with this, create an uprising, then it will then now go into fighting the government of the day. After the foreigners are out, I won't be surprised to hear that there's a revolt by the youth in South Africa against their government for jobs. Watch it. So it is a strategy that some political actors will use you, and when they get to power now struggle, they use the same people and say, okay, the people are out because our government are not providing jobs to us, let's fight our government. And if you are not careful, there will be a big revolution in South Africa. Let's watch it. But see, that said, has the Foreign Affairs Minister of Ghana visited South Africa since this thing happened? I don't know. I want to know. Or merely sitting here and writing to the High Commissioner to write to them.
But he has a commissioner who's representing.
I'm asking, has he visited?
I suspect he has.
You see, under diplomacy.
Yes, I think he has.
Has he visited on this? No, I have not heard it.
No, I think he has. We can
check
it.
Check it before even maybe MP say
we can check it.
But I have not. The foreign minister has not visited. The president of Ghana hasn't visited. The vice president of Ghana hasn't visited. And you know why I am insisting on this visit? Citizens of Ghana, we are told just yesterday that the High Commissioner the High Commissioner in South Africa have even tentatively stopped the registration of Ghanaians.
Yeah, we have sent us over 5,000.
So it tells you the number of Ghanaians who are there. That so far they have done over 1,500. And that they say they should stop even the registration. The numbers are overwhelming, we are told. And if you have your citizens close to 2,000, 3,000 in a particular jurisdiction where there's danger looming, death looming, we don't know who will come and save Ghana. At least go under the diplomatic cover and visit their country. Let the South Africans know how serious it is that you have taken this matter. President should call for one-day visit and meet with Ramaphosa. He will have all the protection. And then they will talk about it head-on. I have my citizens here, I hear this, I am ready to evacuate them, and I want to do this. But I don't want your people to attack any Ghanaian. Let us feel that. But when you sit here and merely, I've called South African Embassy, I have called the embassy.
I think he's been there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think he's been there.
I will still say, but until you cite a story that tells me,
I think he's been
visited
there.
on this. No, I have not seen it. But I can tell you it's not done. But you see, don't sit here and say, I know High Commissioner can do it. I have worked in the diplomatic circles before. And I know that sometimes they will tell you, go and do X, Y, Z. They'll send you. But you see, you put more weight. When the top echelon of politics, the president or the vice president, or the foreign affairs minister visits and insists that this XYZ blueprint is what I'm bringing. And let's see how we can solve it. We cannot say you don't do this, but then we want the safety of our people. Passage, nicely. I want to see this thing happen. Merely talking in the media, and it's xenophobic. They say we shouldn't call it xenophobic. And they tell them, the PR is too much. Our people are dying. When you are evacuating, don't do too much PR. As it stands now, I'm sure it's because of money. That is why High Commission says they've even stopped registering people. It's not easy. I'm telling you. I'm sure it's money because these are things that we've not budgeted for it. There are contingencies. We never knew it would come. So sometimes there's a challenge. But foreign affairs will not come and tell you we have this challenge. They will only give a circular out there that High Commissioner, stop registering. We are budgeting for 900 or 800 people. Now where the numbers are going, if you are not careful, we'll be in trouble. Let's see how we can go. I'm sure that's what happened, but you can't say this out. But let's take it a notch higher. And let South Africans see that we are indeed serious about it. Finally, yes, in as much as it's about their politics and all that, but African Union has disappointed me. Completely. And has disappointed many in Africa. African Union. The Pan-African Parliament has also disappointed us. Why do we have regional bodies?
They are in Ghana.
Yes.
Pan-African Parliament, they are having
also
a program.
human rights and family values thing.
Oh, this is human rights. What is human rights more than this? So we are here. And the point is a Pan-African Parliament. We are here, AU. I have yet to cite a statement from them. Condemning some of this. Look, this xenophobic, it has not happened just today. It has been happening. So why can't you call for an emergency meeting to address it as such as Africans? Mozambique, I heard there's a story. I don't know how true it is. Mozambique were stopping trucks from South Africa coming into their country. I saw some pictures of that. Okay? Botswana seemed to have problems. We were not going to supply light to some part of South Africa. This is an African problem. And AU is quiet. We are supposed to live with brothers.
Was in South Africa 22nd May 2026.
Perfect. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one. You see, this is an African problem. And we are not tackling it as an African problem. Namibia is having problems with South Africa because of this. Seemingly. Other countries, even with I'm talking about their neighbors. And they're all members of AU. Ghana, Nigeria, wherever. Look, if we have done it before, like engineer said, those were in the past. We have learned our lessons. So why do you have a regional body sitting quiet and then things are happening like this? So I think that we cannot reduce this fight, or leave this fight for only social media, you know, I don't know how to call them, those social media advocates. Okay? The likes of, here's some Jacinta, some who, and then Kevin Taylor to come and give to who, and then Afua Schwarzenegger will also come and give to who. We've left it for, that is where we have reduced this fight to. A serious fight like that. We have left it for social media advocates or whoever. Or influencers, I should call them. We've left it for them. I think that this demands a serious problem. Complex problems needs complex solutions. So on this xenophobic matter, even though it is internal, they have no jobs, it's reality. But of course, we should also try to say that our approach must be up a bit again. Finally, back to what we did in LGBTQ. Inwardly, back home, what are we doing not to encourage our people to travel out? What are we doing? We come with all lofty ideas, 24-hour economy, and there's going to be one job and 3 shifts. And everybody will talk about it. And today we sit here, even the people who made the advocacy. The same people who made double jobs. The people who stood on platforms and said, when you come, 1 job, 3 people, those people even don't have jobs. You understand? And then it means that if the young one has no job, that young man gets some $1,000 somewhere and he's told that in South Africa or in some other jurisdiction, I can go and make $700 a month. You encourage the person to travel with his $1,000. He goes there and meets it. So we should create an atmosphere around home that will not actually encourage our people, okay, to even have that appetite to travel. We should have that. I think we have not done this and stop this, you know, phantom policies that we come to announce and 24-hour economy.
It was passed the bill into law that has established an authority. So we'll begin to see.
Even the young man refused to attend the ceremony in his
he refused.
Because they know how it is.
What are you talking about?
I don't think
the market, 24-hour market.
We didn't invite him.
You didn't invite him?
We didn't invite him.
A whole lot of overlord did not
even come to put this. Did we have to invite him?
The flagship policy that is put in place like that.
Let me come to you. We know that South Africa since '94 has been struggling to find its identity and all. But from where I sit, I see this as a gun pointing home. If the last foreign shop is looted, if the last foreigner is sacked out of South Africa, where do they turn the crime towards?
Well, that's their local problem.
That's their problem.
So we should have
they have told us all to be concerned about our problems. Right. They have just woken us up.
It reminds me of UVSF.
Because you see, if you look at the sacrifices that other African countries have made in getting South Africa where they are today.
Yeah.
I sat here the last time and I said, many people don't know, but do you know that from 1976 to somewhere around 85, Nigerians were paying what we call Mandela tax. Mandela levy.
Yeah.
2% of their monthly salary
To help them.
was being paid to the Southern African Relief Fund to fund ANC.
The South.
Nigeria used to give them $5 million every month. You understand? Nigeria used to chair the anti-apartheid committee of the UN. They chaired it for 30 years. And because of apartheid, which has nothing to do with Nigeria, Nigeria boycotted the 1976 Olympic Games and boycotted the 1979 Commonwealth Games, all in solidarity
with South Africa.
Zimbabwe gained independence in 1980 and refused to sack the whites from their farms and lands, because they felt that if they should do that immediately, South Africa would not be given their independence. The white will resist it because they will see that, hey, if we also give them political independence, they'll come after the lands. So Mozambique strategically delayed their taking back of the lands. Zimbabwe, Mugabe, and delayed it till 2000. They did that in 2000 after South Africa gained their independence. As for Angola, Botswana, and this, they experienced economic destabilization because of the military training camps they had for South Africa.
But we're training their fighters here.
Yes, we had the basis for them, and we gave their fighters free visa, free entry,
and passports,
and we provided education, high-level education for their people. And so I don't know whether history is no more taught in South Africa or what. You understand? But you see, as for me, like the earlier speakers already said, this is more political. Because if you look at even where this started, it started from the KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, which is the base of Zuma. And Zuma is a loggerhead with this government. And Zuma controls KwaZulu-Natal. And KwaZulu-Natal is the commercial hub of South Africa, just like Tema. So that is where the harbor is, the main harbor is. So, and elections are coming. The last time we had it was in 2019, which was also closer to the election. So they do it when they are about to do elections.
It's cyclical.
You understand? So you little wonder the government is not doing anything about it. And if you listen to Malema, you can comfortably conclude that the government is complicit. Because you are given the power to bring some of these things under control. If I am lamenting here, if Kamaldeen is lamenting, if Engineer is lamenting here, we are lamenting because we don't have the control, we don't have the power. If Ablakwa is lamenting here, we cannot do much. That's all we can do. You have the powers that be. And if they don't take their time, this thing, especially the June 3rd march that they are planning, they are planning a mega one on June 30th. June 30th. That one, if they don't take their time, some of these things can degenerate into serious things that go beyond their control. And so it's about, they even take, already South Africa has the highest level of gun crime. Robbing on those things are rife in South Africa. In fact, it is estimated that 27 people are killed each day in South Africa.
I think it's risen. I think it's around 75. Also.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, it's around 75.
In South Africa, people shoot you and rob you as of right. When they rob, especially when you are a foreigner.
Yeah.
In fact, the last time I was there, someone took us to one of the malls. And when we were coming out of the malls, the person came to us and said, wait. And then we paused. He said, please. And you know, Ghana here, we hold our phones like this. South Africa, you dare not be holding your phone and be walking on the street. The person came back and told us, hey, wait, please put your phones in your pocket. Now we are going out of the mall. When you are out there and you try to show off like your phones like this, the funny aspect, somebody would drive the latest Benz.
You are lucky because these expensive phones you are using.
Exactly. So we have to take it.
See what Kamaldeen is doing.
The funniest aspect is that
so expensive.
The funniest aspect is that someone will drive the latest Benz, come past you, small park and rob you, and then drive away.
Wow.
The criminals, you see them and you will not believe that these are criminals, and they do it as of right. When you are, then they are even taken to the police station. They ask the police, so you are arresting us because of this person. And they want to feel that they have been long cheated.
Yeah.
So they have every right to use this criminal means to get back
identity crisis.
What has been taken away from them. Yeah. But if you have been long cheated, isn't it what we have all fought as blacks?
Yeah.
You understand? But you see, Kamaldeen landed on a very bad note. Ablakwa, as foreign affairs minister, if you want to give credit where it is due, the way we have handled the situation as Ghana has been incomparable. Has been excellent compared with other African countries.
It's actually shaking them.
Exactly. And you would hear South African leadership even blaming Ghana for trying to paint a picture that South Africa is xenophobic, that we have gone too far in evacuating our people. No African country has done that so far. So I think, you see, if you can't applaud somebody, then don't blame him. Especially when you know the person is doing well. He is the same person who has petitioned to the AU to take this matter. You remember, you see,
I don't petition the AU, right?
Yes, he petitioned the AU. And South Africa is not happy about that petition. So these two acts, evacuation and petitioning AU, South Africa is not taking it easy. And they're not happy with Ghana for that. And if you ask anybody, we are all happy because this is the right way to go. And funny enough, we are all talking about AfTA, Africa Free Continental Trade Agreement. And do you know that South Africa is chairing AfTA? The chair of AfTA, who is supposed to promote free trade, is South Africa.
South Africa.
So now what is this? So how do you promote free trade, free movement, and free everything in Africa when you are even sacking your fellow blacks to go away? And you are not even seeing your problem. You see, the problem is that there is a wide gap.
The divide is so
between the whites and the blacks. The whites control the commanding height of the, which is why EFF is there. Mandela's party. They are saying that it is not enough to have political freedom. Give us economic freedom. You understand?
So Malema's party.
That's Malema. I said who?
Mandela.
No, Malema.
Julius Malema.
So not until South Africans begin to realize that political freedom is not enough. They need economic freedom. Because if you go to South Africa, and the fun aspect of it is that the blacks don't even like schooling. They don't like education.
They don't like it.
Look, the moment they start, they want to get into these jobs, cleaners. If you go, they are the people who do all those fringe jobs that you can go. Even now, when they are demonstrating, I've seen them go, the leadership going to filling stations to be asking the fuel attendants that which legislator are you? When the person is a South African, then they are happy. So you are happy that your citizens who are supposed to be commanding, who are supposed to be in charge of the commanding heights of the economy, are just doing those menial jobs. And the CEO of that feeling that market oil market company, that one you are not concerned who he is a foreigner. You understand? So
anyways,
it's a dilemma we find ourselves.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you, Alaji. Thank you, Engineer. We'll have to leave it here. This has been the news review segment on Breakfast Daily. I am Nanatufu Abuate.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Sametra Sapapadia to a mammy manful. Kale Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so buying, a man is swing, Nesasu Mama Hoto so a will beg you.
Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kale Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kale, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
June is for business here at City FM and Channel One TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the City Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the City Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel One TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. City Business Festival 2026, driving ideas into impact. The City Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 City FM and Channel One TV in partnership with Absa Bank, and it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
All right, top of the morning to you. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV. And as you already know, Nana Tufo-Boateng started the show. And of course, he was with his guests as they broke down some topics that are shaping the nation politically. But we are going to be taking you till 11 a.m., bringing you different segments of the show, more like an infotainment sort of segment. So there's going to be a little bit of journey into our communities. We're going to have interviews. We're also going to talk about what is trending and so on. So all you need to do is just sit back, relax, and be part of the show by sending in your messages via the WhatsApp number on your screen. My name is Chris Carter.
My name is Philip Nilate. Chris, I'm not happy.
Why?
Yeah, yesterday was a time I was like, you know what? Let me do this for the Black Stars.
Oh,
So
you're still doing that?
I sat